Thinking about moving here to Sacramento, or maybe just curious about the state's capital? Well, grab a seat because we are about to dive into the real deal here. The pros, the cons, and everything in between about living here in Sacramento, California. Now, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living here in Sacramento and the surrounding suburbs, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. That way you can be the first to know about all the important details and of course the market here in Sacramento. I'm Chris Reese, real estate broker and Sacramento expert, and I have lived in this area my entire life. My team and I love helping people move here to Sacramento. Whether you're investing or relocating, whether it's 9 days or 9 months, feel free to reach out anytime. All of our contact information is down below in the description. We'd be more than happy to help you make a smooth move here. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. The good, the great, and well, even a couple of the negatives about living here in Sacramento, just that way you're fully prepared. Well, let's go ahead and start with the positives. Pro number one, it's gonna be affordability. I don't know if you've looked around at home prices like in the Bay Area or Southern California, but they are just outrageous. But here in Sacramento, California, the median home price is the low 500. You can afford a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath house that's suitable for your family. You can get a garage and a backyard, and you don't have to be house poor at the same time. Now compare that with a home price in, let's say, the Bay Area, San Francisco, $1.2 million. And what does that get you? An 800 square foot shack? No garage, no driveway? I mean, you have your choice, live here in Sacramento and have a nice cozy little home for you and your family, or a garden shed in San Francisco. Pro tip number 2, it's gonna be outdoor lifestyle. If you like hanging out in the outdoors, Sacramento is an absolute dream. We have rivers, lakes, hiking and biking trails, more parks than we know what to do with. Seriously, there's over 200 parks in the city. There's just so much for you to do here. You can go tubing or kayaking in the American River. You can take a nice bike ride through the park or on the bike trails. You can go for a hike like on the infamous Johnny Cash Trail out there in Folsom. You can even take a nice leisurely stroll and have a picnic along the American River Park. Now, if you like to get out and swing the clubs, Sacramento and the surrounding area is perfect because we have over 50 golf courses to choose from. This area is also huge for recreational and competitive sports for the kids. We've got everything you can think of. Baseball, soccer, basketball, wrestling, football. We even have lacrosse. And there's also stuff for the adults too, like softball leagues and, well, pickleball's come a long way. The number one rule of real estate, location, location, location. Pro tip number 3, you guessed it, is location. Sacramento is smack dab in the middle of everything. You feel like going skiing in Tahoe? You're just 2 hours away. You need some wine therapy? Well, Napa is just about an hour and a half away. Need to escape to the beach? 2 hours away from Bodega Bay. Beautiful coastline. Don't forget to stop at Spud Point to get some fresh clam chowder and maybe some oysters. Basically, Sacramento is just 2 hours or less away from beautiful coastlines, multiple ski resorts, and some of the most beautiful forests you'll see in the country. Basically, you can live right here in Sacramento, California, and still weekend and vacation like a Bay Area billionaire. Pro tip number 4. It's going to be the food scene. If you're a foodie, then you are going to love Sacramento. It's become known as the farm to fork capital. Basically is a fancy way of saying that the food here is fresher than fresh. Farmers markets? Everywhere. Local restaurants? Crushing it. From casual to formal dining, we have it all. We have the infamous The Kitchen, which is a very exclusive restaurant. It takes a couple of months to get a reservation. One of my personal favorites is Ella's Downtown. They have the most exquisite bone marrow I have ever tasted. You can also check out some of the local restaurants that are floating along the Sacramento River, like the Virgin Sturgeon. And yes, they do actually serve sturgeon. And let's not forget the craft beer scene. Now, I'm not saying that we can compete with Portland, but I'm also not saying that either. Pro number 5 about living in Sacramento. It is a big city, but it's got small town vibes. People actually will make eye contact with you and wave when you're walking down the street. You'll often see people strolling through the park, riding their beach cruisers around town, hanging out at coffee shops and local lunch spots. And they even have local festivals right in the middle of town, like Concert in the Park that's held at the Caesar Chavez Park. Pro number 6. There are no shortage of jobs here. Sacramento is a major employment center, and being the state capital, there's no shortage of government jobs. But beyond that, Sacramento's healthcare, education, and tech sectors are booming. And if you work remotely, hey, even better. Trade in all that stress for some nice river views. But it's also close enough that if you do actually have to go into the office, Sacramento is close enough to the Bay Area where many people actually commute. That way they can afford the great home here in Sacramento and the higher paying job out in the Bay Area. You can live here in Sacramento and get 3 times the house for just 1/3 of the price and still work in the Bay Area. And for all you active military folks, we're very close that you can commute to both Travis and Beale Air Force bases. Pro number 7. Sacramento is not just the political capital of California. It's also a sports and entertainment hub. Cheer on the Sacramento Kings at the world-class Golden One Center downtown. Soccer fans, we've got the Republic FC, which is on its way to MLS recognition. Baseball lovers, you can always enjoy the River Cats, our local AAA affiliate for the San Francisco Giants. And for the next few years, you can actually see the Oakland Athletics play right here in Sacramento at the very same park. But the fun doesn't stop with sporting events. We have concerts and shows and other big events like the Monster Truck Show, my personal favorite, all coming through the Golden One Center. Plus, there's the nearby Performing Arts Center where you can catch all types of entertainment. And every summer, don't forget about the California State Fair that comes rolling through Sacramento at Cal Expo. Celebration of fun, food, and rides. And if you're feeling lucky and you want to do a little bit of gambling, or you just want to see a show, or maybe try out a Vegas-style buffet, you're just a short drive away from Thunder Valley Casino. So there you have 7 pros of what it's like to live here in Sacramento and the surrounding area. Of course, I couldn't possibly cover all of the great reasons why you'd want to live or relocate here. So don't hesitate to give me a call. All my contact information is down below in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and like. All right, so no place is perfect, right? And if you are thinking about relocating to Sacramento, I want you to be prepared. So con number 1, it gets really hot, triple digits hot in the summer. Now, I don't mind. I've lived here my entire life. I'm used to it. It's not real humid here, so it's not that bad. But if you're the type that melts in 80-degree weather, well, we're going to want to make sure we find you a place with a really great working AC and maybe get you a kiddie pool. Or better yet, we'll find you a place with a swimming pool. Our swim season is a good 6 months long here, which is also great for water sports and outdoor activities like at the lake or the river, boating, stuff like that. And again, you know, it's not real humid here, so it's not as bad as some places like down south, Texas, you know, Georgia, where you're walking around with your shirt stuck to your back all day because it's so swampy. All right, so con number 2, it's going to be traffic. We do have some traffic here. It's not like LA bad, you know, where you're sitting on the highway for 2 hours trying to get to your job, right? But if you're coming from a small town, you know, we do have a little bit more traffic here. But again, not LA bad. If you're in Sacramento proper, even during rush hour, it's going to be less than a 30-minute drive. You know, even if you're in one of the surrounding communities, Rockland, Roseville, Folsom, any of those areas, even during rush hour, you're going to make it home in, you know, 45 minutes if there's some really bad traffic like an accident. So while traffic is bad, it's not too bad. All right, so here we are, con number 3. Public transportation. Do we have it? Sure, yes, we do. We've got buses and we've got regional transit, but if you're coming from like San Francisco or New York City, you're going to maybe find that system a little bit lacking. Don't get me wrong, if you're going to live and work both in like Sacramento proper, like Midtown, downtown, you know, not so bad. You may be able to make use of the public transportation system. But outside of that, if you want to be in one of the outlying suburbs or nearby communities like Folsom, Fair Oaks, Roseville, Rockland, Carmichael, somewhere like that, you're going to need to plan on driving a car. Okay, con number 4 about living or relocating here to Sacramento, California. It's going to be air quality. Now, don't get me wrong. Most of the year, we just have beautiful, clear blue skies. During wildfire season, not so much. You're just going to want to pay attention to those air quality alerts and maybe invest in an air purifier for home. It's a small inconvenience to live in such a great place with such great weather. So there you have it, the pros and cons of Sacramento. I think the pros outweigh the cons by quite a bit. You know, it's pretty affordable here, particularly for California. Tons of outdoor fun and beautiful weather most of the year around. And you're in a prime spot for weekend getaways. Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of heat and some traffic and probably going to need to drive a car, but Sacramento's a great place to live. So if you're thinking about moving here, you know, I would love to help. Shoot me a message, drop a comment, or pick up the phone and call me directly. All my contact information is in the description below. And, you know, before you go, don't forget to subscribe.